In today's show, Bitcoin sheds dumb money as retail buys most of Bitcoin supply since the March 2020 crash. As crypto analyst Mikhail Pop shares here, what we see happening right now is the exact opposite of what we saw a month ago. A month ago, people were easily longing as they were convinced Bitcoin would run to $150,000. Right now, people are easily selling their bags as they are convinced a huge drop will happen tonight. And as Kevin Svensson shares here, any one of these next 4-hour candles could send us into a bullish breakout, leading to the next upside target of 53,500. Everyone is bearish. I'm going to take the bullish side here, and as Rec Capital shares, the panic and bearish sentiment towards Bitcoin is extreme right now, but there is nothing extreme about this 38% retrace. Over the years, Bitcoin has retraced 30 to 40% many times in the bull markets, and in fact, Bitcoin retraced 53% this past May, so 38% is an extreme. Also, this just in, breaking news, $2.5 billion insurance firm Lemonade adds $1 million in Bitcoin to its balance sheet. Also in today's show, retail Bitcoin traders are doing something they haven't done since March 2020, according to on-chain analysts Willy Woo, quoting him here on crypto Twitter, buying the dip visualized. It has been happening. It's moderate, but most importantly, as yet there are no signs of a further sell-off cascade. Also worth keeping in mind that longs have already been flushed. And he also shares here, the last time retail bought the dip this hard was at the bottom of the COVID crash. Probably nothing, few, etc. Also in today's show, $33.5 billion worth of Ethereum is trapped in the largest Ethereum contract. That's right, we're talking about the Beacon Chain contract, which is the single largest Ethereum contract containing over 8.6 million ETH, worth $33.5 billion, currently sitting in idle because it cannot be spent or sent. Also in today's show, Bitcoin will hit $100,000 according to top crypto experts, and they predict when it will happen. I'll be sharing the latest price predictions from Ian Bellina of Token Metrics, who's predicting a $75,000 Bitcoin price, Matthew Hyland, who's predicting a $250,000 Bitcoin price, and Robert Breedlove, who's predicting a whopping $12.5 million for the king of all crypto. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin, Ether, and most major alts are pumping back in the green. But where's the Bitcoin price likely to go next? Find out all this, plus so much more in today's show. And I have very exciting news to share with you today, Crypto Fam. The crypto merch store is now officially live. Check it out at merch.cryptonewsalerts.net or simply click the link in the description. Once you visit the store, you'll notice all these custom designs. Simply find a design that you like, such as this $100,000 Bitcoin. And once you scroll down, you'll notice about 40 products for each and every design. Everything from hats to mouse pads to shirts to hoodies to tank tops to phone cases to masks, coffee mugs, journals, you name it. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and visit merch.cryptonewsalerts.net. Pick up some cool crypto merch. All the proceeds goes towards helping support the channel, and I greatly appreciate your support. Today's episode is brought to you by the FTX app, formerly known as Blockfolio. I've been using this app literally every single day for the past few years. It's the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is check my crypto portfolio. I personally love it because it's the easiest and fastest way to buy Bitcoin, Ether, and other top cryptocurrencies with zero fees, truly making this a no-brainer. And they're trusted by over 6 million people worldwide and over 200 plus countries around the world. And they have a special promo they're running right now where you can earn free crypto in every trade over $10. Here's how it works. When you use my referral link in the description right down below, every trade over $10 earns you a chance to get a random free coin, and the more you trade, the more you earn. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and use my referral link in the description right down below and download the FTX app today. Make some trades, claim your free crypto, and let's start stacking those sats, shall we? All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV. How's it going, Crypto Fam? Holla at your boy in the live chat. Now, Bitcoin is back in fashion for regular investors at 48,000, as data confirms the biggest buy-in spree since March of 2020. That's right, in a new tweet on December 14th, statistician Willy Woo, shout out to Willy Woo, eyed a key trend which had previously been absent from the Bitcoin market for over 18 months. How many of you remember that March of 2020 crash when Bitcoin hit $3,600? It was a hot pick for those able and willing to invest, and now that phenomenon is back. The changes in balances for wallets holding 1 Bitcoin or less, typically suggesting small-scale investors have reached their highest since March of 2020. And while the circumstances remain the same, coronavirus fears and macro market jitters over central bank policy, the major difference at the end of 2021 is that Bitcoin cost $48,000 and not $3,600. Nonetheless, if the retail accumulation data is accurate, interest is surging, as Willy Woo points out here. The last time retail bought the dip this hard was at the bottom of the COVID crash. Probably nothing, few understand. And he shares this chart which shows the retail accumulation, which is virtually at all-time highs. And he also goes on to share, P.S. True bear markets happen not from sellers, but when we are out of buyers. This is why macro tops are highly volatile. Buy-side liquidity drops away. And it leaves us with this final note. The data in this chart will overestimate the buy-in due to the underlying way that BTC, UTXOs work and the methods used to determine and cluster addresses into individual investors. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the on-chain analyst. It's also important to point out that the larger existing hodlers continue to exhibit mixed behavior at the current price levels. Despite selling by some, top-tier whales are more cautious about divesting away from BTC. And meanwhile, the proportion of long-term investors has reached a record high versus short-term market participants, according to the so-called smart money gap indicator, comprised of data from on-chain analytics firm Glassnode. There has never been a greater disparity between the amount of Bitcoin held by smart and dumb money, which are long-term and short-term buyers. Throughout Bitcoin's history, local peaks in this metric have heralded the start of the Bitcoin price bull runs, signifying local price bottoms. And as you can see here in this chart, it shows you the largest gap between hodlers and young coins in Bitcoin history at a current all-time high at 9.5 million this year, compared to 2019 at 8.6 million and 2015 at 7.7 million. Now this is a bullish metric as the numbers support the narrative. The Bitcoin's near 40% come down from $69,000 all-time highs have flushed out the speculative market bets. And also breaking news just in, $2.5 billion insurance firm Lemonade adds $1 million in Bitcoin to its balance sheet. And also I want to give a shout out to Michael Saylor for being the first publicly traded company with MicroStrategy to put Bitcoin on its balance sheet. And as a result, we have other major companies that followed, such as Square, now known as Block, owned by Jack Dorsey, as well as Tesla, etc. And the list continues. I think this domino effect will continue into 2022. And before I break down next story of the day, retail Bitcoin traders are doing something they haven't done since March 2020, according to on-chain analysts Willy Woo, as well as $33.5 billion worth of ETH is trapped in the largest Ethereum contract, as well as Bitcoin priced at $100,000, according to top crypto experts, and they predict when it will happen. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin up about 0.7% for the day, hovering at around that $48,000 resistance. We have Ether up 0.2%, trading just above $3,800. Solana up 3%, trading at $164. Avalanche up a whopping 10%, trading above $90, while Cardano, Binance Coin, Polkadot, XRP, Dogecoin, and SHIB all correcting and in the red. But all right, now let's break down our next story of the day. Now, Will also shares a chart showing how the Bitcoin hodlers or holders with little history of selling have historically bought the dip and how they are doing so now, as well as he shares here on Crypto Twitter, buying the dip. Visualize it has been happening. It's moderate, but most importantly, as yet there are no signs of a further sell-off cascade. Also worth keeping in mind that longs have already been flushed, and Adam Back responded to Willy Woo, can confirm been BTFD per usual since the liquidation cascade, a nice new lower leverage base to build on. So there you have it. Now, Woo's tweets come on the heels of on-chain analysts saying that when long-term hodlers reach peak accumulation, Bitcoin tends to ignite a strong rally that allows long-term hodlers to unload their holdings to a new batch of short-term hodlers. And according to Woo's data, long-term hodlers just peaked within the last few weeks. Quoting him here, long-term hodlers are at their peak. And so generally, when we're in the zone, you've got peak accumulation. These guys tend to sell down in the rallies. You saw that in the last rally from October last year when they run out of ammo. The short-term hodlers hold those coins. Generally, the new weekend investors were in that strong area that has been selling down, meaning they have instigated taken profits. So there you have it. And before I break down next story of the day, $33.5 billion worth of ETH currently trapped in the largest Ethereum contract, as well as Bitcoin price will hit $100,000 according to top crypto experts and predict when. But first, I want to give a quick shout out to Algebra.finance, an innovative version 3 decentralized exchange on Polygon. And the official release date is today, December 15th, and it is fully audited and open for public use. Now check out some of the features. As you can see here, it includes swaps, liquidity, liquidity, positions, and built-in farming. Now, Algebra works on Polygon. It makes the trading experience better and more suitable for common investors due to the close to zero network fees. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and visit algebra.finance and let's get this crypto, shall we? All right, now checking out the total crypto market cap, sitting just under $2.2 trillion with $98 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. Current Bitcoin dominance is 41.5%, with the Ether dominance at 20.9%. And checking out the top gainers within the top 100, we have Elrond leading the pack, up almost 17% for the day, trading above $280, followed by Avalanche up 15%, trading above $92, and XDC Network up 12.7%, trading at 7.8 cents. Now, which altcoins are you currently most bullish on during Q4 of this bull run? Let me know in the comments right down below. And now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 28 out of 100 in fear. Yesterday was a 21 in extreme fear. Last week a 28, and last month a 72 in greed. But all right, now let's break down our next story of the day. The single largest Ethereum contract containing over 8.6 million Ether, worth $33.5 billion, is currently sitting idle because it cannot be spent or sent. That's right, a Twitter user highlighted the Beacon Chain contract, claiming it to be the largest Ethereum contract with billions of dollars worth of Ether trapped inside. Quoting them here on crypto Twitter, will require a hard fork that hasn't been written or specified yet. Timing and terms of the hard fork still unknown. Now, the contract in question is an Ethereum 2.0 Beacon Chain staking contract launched in November of 2020 and cannot be spent without a hard fork. Now, what makes this even more astonishing is the fact that the terms of the hard fork are yet to be decided, and people are sending their ETH into the contract are well aware of the fact. Crazy, right? Now, the terms of the hard fork could be decided once the Beacon Chain merges with the Ethereum mainnet. Now, the Beacon Chain is also the first step in Ethereum's move from a proof of work mining consensus to a proof of stake one. In order to become a validator in ETH 2.0, a trader must stake a minimum of 32 ETH. Thus, the $33.5 billion worth of Ethereum and the largest Beacon Chain contract shows the high demand and trust in the upcoming ETH 2.0. Now, at the start of December, Ethereum developers called upon community members to test the merger of proof-of-stake-based ETH 2.0. The testing phase has been divided into 3 phases, namely for non-technical users, developers with limited experience in blockchain, and highly technical and experienced blockchain developers. Now, the merger of the Beacon Chain into the Ethereum mainnet will complete the transition of proof-of-stake ETH 2.0. The official ethereum.org page for ETH 2 suggests the merger can complete by Q1 or Q2 of 2022. Now, I don't know about you. I'm massively bullish on Ethereum naturally. However, I would be highly skeptical if I had billions of dollars locked away in this contract where the terms have not been specified as of yet. That, to me, is pure craziness. But it is what it is. How many of you are currently bullish on ETH? And where do you feel the Ether price is likely to go as a peak for this cycle in 2022? Raoul Pal is calling for a $40,000 ETH price. Do you feel that is crazy? Or do you feel there is a slight possibility that could come to fruition? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments right down below. My personal Ether prediction for this cycle high is around $20,000. Just throwing it out there. And before I break down our final story of the day, Bitcoin will hit 6 figures according to top crypto experts, and they predict when it will happen. But first, I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the crypto market. This goes for all 1,000 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also have some very helpful resources for you to plug into. My crypto merch store just went live. Visit it at merch.cryptonewsalerts.net and help support the movement. You can also check out my daily letter, which could be found at letter.cryptonewsalerts.net, which goes out to over 30,000 subscribers every single day. Also have a blog I update daily, which can be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this, and help me get to 100,000 subs. And of course, you can follow me on all the major podcasting platforms. We're currently receiving over 20,000 downloads per day. You can find me on Spotify, the home of the Joe Rogan Experience, or Apple's iTunes and Google Play. And if you're listening to the podcast, check out the YouTube channel at cryptonewsalerts.net for the full premium experience with video. And of course, you can follow me on crypto Twitter. My Twitter handle is crypto news. Yes, and I'm also on TikTok, Telegram, and Facebook. So wherever you're at, be sure to follow me there. But all right, now let's break down our final story of the day. Conservative price predictions for Bitcoin say the crypto will reach $100,000 by 2023, but some experts are more bullish. The most knowledgeable educators in the space are predicting a 6-figure Bitcoin price in Q1 of 2022, or even sooner, says Kate Waltman, New York-based certified public accountant who specializes in crypto. Others are hesitant to predict a number and a date, but rather point to the trends of increasing value over time. Investors should expect a pretty sustainable rise in Bitcoin's long-term value, driven by organic market movement, with the $100,000 threshold in near sight, predicted Jurian Timmer, director of global macro at Fidelity Investments last month. What I expect from Bitcoin is volatility in the short term and growth in the long term, says Kiana Daniel, founder of Invest Diva and author of Cryptocurrency Investing for Dummies. Now, unsurprisingly, you'll find widely varying opinions and predictions on how high Bitcoin can go and when from well-known crypto investors, evangelists, and public commentators. Here are some more predictions we found ranked from low to high over the next year. We have Ian Bellina of Token Metrics predicting 75,000 by the end of this year. Now, obviously, we only have 2 weeks left to go, so we're not likely to reach that $75,000 target. And let's not forget Plan B, creator of the Bitcoin stock to flow model, who has been eerily accurate. However, as of November and December, way off the mark. Here's his initial prediction. I would be very, very surprised if Bitcoin's price would be below 100,000 at the end of the year. That would sort of invalidate my view, my models, and would certainly surprise me. I do think we will see a price of at least $135,000 by Christmas, because that's what my floor model says. Basically, I'm using 3 kinds of models that all say the same thing. And in all fairness, he does also mention lengthening cycles, quoting him here. If we look at the on-chain signals right now, I would say that the top is at least a couple of months, say 6 months from here. So that would be end of Q1 of 2022 and maybe later. I also like to point out that his stock to flow X model, which is the cross asset model, pins 288,000 for Bitcoin at the peak of this cycle. And quoting him here, I guess we'll be above 100,000 or above 135,000 at the end of the year. It will continue to grow maybe towards the stock to flow X model targets, 288,000 or even above. I would not be surprised even to see in Q1 or Q2 next year prices of $300,000, $400,000 or $500,000 per BTC. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Plan B. Now, this next price prediction comes from crypto analyst Matthew Hyland, who predict a $250,000 Bitcoin price by January 2022. Now, obviously, with January now only 2 weeks away, it is very unlikely we surge $200,000 within that time. But here's his reasoning on why, when he initially made the prediction, Bitcoin crossing the inevitable $100,000 threshold will catalyze a euphoric bull run. Hyland has said on his Twitter account, Hyland cited as evidence the 150% move back in 2017, where Bitcoin rose from 8,000 to 20,000 right after Thanksgiving of that year. And the next price prediction comes from Robert Breedlove of Parallax Digital, who says 307,000 by October 2021, which obviously has now passed, and 12.5 million per BTC by 2031, and shares his reason why. Inflationary pressures after COVID will drive interest in crypto, pushing the value of Bitcoin up higher than the previous projections estimated. Now, it's not just crypto insiders who are making Bitcoin predictions. Big financial institutions have made their own predictions as well, with JP Morgan predicting a long-term high of $146,000 and Bloomberg predicting it could hit $400,000 per Bitcoin by 2022. What's your Bitcoin price prediction for this cycle peak? Let me know in the comments right down below. Now, for a quick recap of what I covered with you here in today's show. Bitcoin sheds dumb money as retail buys most BTC since the March 2020 crash. Also in today's show, we discussed $33.5 billion worth of Ethereum is currently trapped in the largest Ethereum contract. And we also discussed the Bitcoin price hitting $100,000 according to top crypto experts and predicting when it will happen. But where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below. Now for the top 3 comments from yesterday's episode. Steve Hubbs wrote, I agree with Svensson's 3 peaks in a dome pattern analysis. I had never heard of that pattern before he first mentioned many months ago. $200,000 for a peak in 2022 looks reasonable to me. Right on, Steve. I appreciate you sharing. $200,000 per BTC. Let's freaking go. And our next featured comment comes from Bring Facts, who wrote, I keep missing the live show, but I never miss a show. Loving the merch store. The notorious BTC hoodie is on my list of must-haves now. Greatly appreciate your continued support, fam. One love. And our third and final featured comment comes from our very own Helen, who wrote, Hey Jay, great show as always. I may not catch live, but always watch after. I cannot miss out on top content. Much appreciation, Jay. Thanks so much, Helen. You are the bestest. 2022 Q1 moon time around the corner. Let's go. And to be featured on tomorrow's episode, drop me a comment right down below. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto matrix. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this, and help me get to 100,000 subs. And I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.